right, here we go. We are live. Welcome to the RPG Academy Presents Ghosts of Saltmarsh. It was really hard not to say Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So, no.
That would be wrong.
It would. So, welcome. Here we are. We are about to embark on another epic quest, solve some mysteries, learn something new about ourselves and each other.
Wow.
I know.
This sounds amazing on this one.
I'm so excited.
I'm just trying to make this as serious as possible. All right.
Is it working?
It's so serious. Okay. So anyway, welcome. We're going to get right into it. I'm Tom. I'm going to be your dungeon master. You all can follow me at BezcarTom on Twitter. And once again, I am joined. I can't call them my Waterdeep boys anymore.
You can still call us that if you want to.
I guess so. But I'm joined by Troy, Jake, and Alex. Welcome, guys.
That's us.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know
welcome.
that it is an honor to be players in one of my games. So
Yes.
You're welcome for being here.
you guys are
You're
supposed to laugh at that so people know like I'm being sarcastic and not actually like.
He
Okay.
forces us to
You
laugh.
can't make us all just dance upon command.
Well, I guess. I mean, I could. No. All right. So, anyway,
I mean, if I start dancing, will I get inspiration?
sure. Now,
If Jake starts dancing, will I get inspiration?
That's
right,
the
so-
wave because it's sea shanties.
So it is 9:02. So that is our 2-minute warning is over. Now no more goofs, and we are going to dive right in because we only have 2 hours and we want to maximize our listeners' time.
But Dad,
Okay.
one more joke.
All right, no more jokes. You go. Well,
Papa.
there will be plenty of time for your jokes. Okay. All right. Let me do my thing. Okay.
We're waiting.
Oh, you are.
When's the thing going?
Bated breath.
Did you do it? Was that it?
Oh, it's.
That you just did?
It is. All
was
right. Here we
amazing.
go. Everybody, it's time to dive in. It had been raining for the last 2 weeks at this point. The steady shower it drowned out everything except the low church bells to the north that chimed midnight. It was still months till the tropical storms typically swept in from the Azure Sea, yet this storm was here and the people of Saltmarsh were doing everything they could to stay dry. The docks were packed in so tight with sailing vessels, one would think it was a floating town. No sea captain would venture out at this point. Better to wait it out with a warm meal and a stiff drink in one of the many run-down taverns. One of these particular taverns was the Snapping Line, and it should have been bursting at the seams with sailors who were holed up in Saltmarsh. But it was empty. It's like the plague had swept in. But it was actually 2 of Saltmarsh's most famous residents who had showed up that were driving people out. Hannah, the owner, was fed up with the whole situation. She just wanted them to leave, but she was told she could not throw them out without due cause. Eleander Fireborn had just finished telling her that it was not her guest's fault that the lot of Saltmarsh was a bunch of superstitious fools. Eleander may have been in charge of town security and on the council, but what right did he have to tell her how to run her establishment? She would just have to make do and air her frustrations at the next council meeting. At least only 2 of the brothers were here, and only one of them was actually in the tap room at the moment. The other had been laid up since he had been drugged into town after some sort of freak accident. But the doors, they burst open and the rain poured in as a cloaked figure stepped forth, and inquiring from the entire room, he spoke a single question.
Where's my brother? Wait, which one am I? Am I the one already in the tower?
All right, this is so on brand. All right, so
Oh, we could not plan that any better.
okay. All right, Jake, you're sitting at the tap room bar.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yes.
I meant just this silence.
Yes, Alex, you hold on, guys. Hold on. You're killing me here.
Let's get a do-over. Tom, start at the top.
The door bursts open, and almost as if inquiring from the entire room, the cloaked figure asked a single question.
Where are the Morgans?
So at this point, we're going to introduce our characters. So we have Troy playing Gus Morgan.
That's me. Yep.
Alex,
Gus.
what's your character's name?
My character's name is Steric Morgan.
Steric Morgan. Next, and then finally, Jake. What is your character's name?
Morgan. They only planned for 2 children. I was the surprise, so they went ahead and just said, Morgan.
No, so you all are 3 brothers from the town of Saltmarsh, and you all have you've been sent letters telling you that your estranged father that you never met has passed away, and you've came into the town of Saltmarsh for the funeral. And Morgan sits at the taproom bar as Alex. What's your character's name again?
Steric. This is gonna be just like last campaign.
yeah,
You're gonna be asking me every
It's like
single
Stark,
question.
but with Eric in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be Steric.
That is what it is.
Okay.
Hey, don't blame Alex. He didn't come up with it. His
Yeah.
dad came up with it.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was strange, you said.
Yeah, so Steric, you burst in. You see your brother Morgan sitting at the bar. And then the place is pretty empty. There's leaks that are coming in the ceiling, and there's people arguing at the bar. And Morgan is just kind of sitting over to the side. As you see it looks like somebody whoever the proprietor here just washing plates and just yelling at this large man in a crisp uniform, and he's got a very ornately carved peg leg. He's, Hannah, I will not repeat myself. The Morgans will be allowed to stay in this town until the funeral is over. I've made myself clear. You have no right to throw them out. She stares
Excellent
in
talking, boys.
dumb silence.
She looks at you.
She looks at you. How do you all respond?
Well, I'm more concerned with the man who's just burst in asking where the Morgans are.
Yep. So I would like to approach the bar, to the barkeep and everything, and the person that is yelling at her.
Eleander Fireborn.
Okay.
You actually remember Eleander Fireborn.
So I will approach the 2 of them, and like, I was summoned into town. I'm looking for the 2 other Morgans.
Well, Hannah kind of she's like, well, fortunately, you found them. She kind of gives a side eye over to Morgan. And your other brother, he's in the back. Obad is looking after him.
What do you mean looking after him? What's the matter with him?
I don't know. He just showed up. Ask your brother, Eleander.
You are so helpful. Thank you. And I'll just walk over to the figure I'm presuming is Morgan. And just walk up and be like, so, 15 years, huh?
Well, I can't say that I am the Morgan that you're looking for, sir. Not that I know who you are. Perhaps you have me confused with someone else in this fine establishment of upstanding people.
I'm pretty sure I just got told that you are Morgan.
Yeah,
So-
well, you can't trust that lady over there. She obviously has a predisposition to those named Morgan.
Hey, if you're unruly, then I don't have to keep you here. You do, Hannah. Look, Steric? Morgan.
Wait. Steric Morgan?
Yes, can't you tell?
Yes, you don't.
It's like our father used to say before he tucked us in at night, Morgan and Morgan and Morgan. It's a family tradition.
So this is actually a good point that Morgan and Steric, you actually never have met your father. So that story is maybe some fabricated memory that you've came up to kind of maybe comfort yourself. But that's one of the things you all, which is very interesting. You've never met your father. You all were born just outside of Saltmarsh, raised here by your mother, but you all are three. We didn't even specify you're triplets, all right? And Steric is actually the oldest of you three, and you all never met your father
15 seconds.
by 15 seconds, and he makes sure you know. But Eleander is like, okay, I don't want to have this reunion and then rinse, wash, and repeat when Gus is around. So if you all would just come with me, please. And he's going to lead you back to a door and kind of just give it he knocks on this wooden door back there. He kind of goes behind the bar. Hannah's put Gus in like probably the very back room, and a halfling kind of pokes his head out. He's like, "Oh, Eleander, and it is. Oh, it's Steric. Haven't seen you for a while."
I'm sorry. Who are you?
No, it's no regard. Name's just, it's Obad. I've been treating your brother here after he came in with
Obad, get back here!
I have to go. He's in a lot of pain, you see.
Is he dying?
What is going on?
Do you guys kind of bursted?
Yeah.
What did they see? What did they see in there, Troy?
So they see a humanoid creature with kind of bluish hued skin, and there's just a bunch of burns all over him. There's some raw flesh there. It seems like there was some sort of severe burn on his body, like all down one side of his body. Kind of reminds you of like Two-Face, if you remember the comic books. You ever seen the comic books with a character named Two-Face? Kind of like that, not as severe.
Okay. Thanks for that mental image of raw flesh, you know? Obed is, he's the farmer who dragged him in. Said he got struck by lightning, but he survived. What? So, hold on. He kind of goes over. Oh, thank you for the follow there. So he kind of.
Who are you talking to?
We got a new follower.
Who's following you?
You
tell me who's following my brother.
We got a new follower. But I couldn't read their name because Tom can't really read stuff really well still. So okay. So
Tom
anyway,
can't read.
I can't. So
that's canon.
Obed kind of runs over to your brother Gus and kind of lifts up his head, and he's like, "Oh, hold on here. He's doing better. The pain is good. And he's going to give you a fluid that is going to resuscitate you a little bit. And Gus, you're going to wake up."
Excuse me, Doc. What are you giving him right now?
Oh,
Is
just
Percocet, opioids?
No, those drugs are illegal in Saltmarsh as well as many other things: murdering, lying, piracy.
Oh, well, I don't do nothing of that sort. I don't know why you brought those specific things up. But perhaps I could try
because you're
Morgan.
You're a criminal, right?
No.
Yes, no. Eleander, he's a criminal, right? He's got a record. Yes, look, Morgan, I understand.
What?
I've done my time, all right? I paid my dues.
You have done your Obed. He's paid his time. He's done his dues. We've all done bad things.
Now, give me some of that liquid.
No, it's brambleberry juice. It's quite.
Oh, perfect.
No,
perfect.
Obed.
Yes. Do you need something, Gus?
I need time with my brothers.
Well,
Can You guys just
Well, he's going to just kind of open up your hand and kind of put the bottle in there. He says, well, here you go. If it starts to hurt too much, then just take a little swig. Try not to do too much, okay? I think you'll be fine for this evening. You may, you know what? Never mind. Hannah will have to clean up in the morning, potentially, but you will be perfectly fine. I'll just come check in the morning. You should be, bright eye and bushy tail, ready for the funeral,
He's got a tail.
thank you so much. Thank you.
No, he doesn't have a
Leave.
he doesn't have a tail. Sitting
Morgan.
Morgan.
Let them leave.
Eleander is going to open the door for Obed. Unfortunately, boys, I stay.
Why is that?
Let's just say that there are people here within Saltmarsh who do not approve of you being here. I have done my best to grant you all temporary, well, especially Sterek. Sterek, you've been granted a temporary reprieve, but you are required
Yes, I know.
legally to leave as soon as the funeral is over. Morgan and Gus, you may stay as long as you want, but don't expect to have me there at your defense at every step.
Wait,
I understand.
why is Steric not allowed to stay?
Oh, that's right.
He just got back, for bloody sake.
You all were gone. Well,
Yeah, it was perfect timing like that.
Eleander is going to kind of lean against the door and kind of pull out his own little drinking cup, and he's going to say, well, Sterek, this is not my tale to tell.
Well, I'd appreciate it more if you would give me and my two brothers, a moment standing outside of the room, if nothing else. Just a bit of reprieve before I go and spill my guts all over.
Eleander, you ever been struck by lightning before? In times like these? I didn't think so.
He's going to just
Privacy.
he's gonna put kind of the lid back on his thermos, and he's going to, well, I do owe you, Morgan brothers, quite a lot, which is also quite unfortunate. So I'll be just outside these doors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Eleander Fireborn is going to walk out. The captain of the guards has now kind of given you all your privacy.
I would like to come sit on the edge of the bed next to Gus, and no matter what the conversation that we're having is, I would like to try just to gently take the bottle from his hands and take a swig out of it.
All right, make a sleight of hand check for me. Here we go.
I was thinking more like a persuasion.
Okay,
like,
persuasion.
Just like I'm talking so much that he doesn't realize that I'm taking it.
Okay.
Although I'm probably not good at persuasion with this character. 17.
And I want Gus to go ahead and roll an insight for me.
Okay, this is not good.
Oh,
Hold on.
man.
We're using the left, right? This is
Yeah, I always default to left.
okay. So we're using roll 20 for this, and so we're going to be using when we roll, it shows both of the left and right advantage, and we're going to be using the left hand roll.
Unless we have advantage or
Unless you have advantage. That's canon. Okay.
Man.
So what do you do? What do you do, Gus, as you see your brother that you haven't seen in probably about 15 years try to steal from you?
So Gus just goes, Morgan. Just takes a little sip.
All right, Gus, you can have an advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, inspiration.
Inspiration.
I'll take advantage though also.
All the time. No, so you three are just you haven't seen each other in 14, 15 years since you left Saltmarsh to kind of go your separate ways. And now you've just been kind of called here. You all each receive notes from different individuals telling you must return to Saltmarsh. Your father has passed away. And you
Who
all must
sent us the letters? Were they signed by anyone, or was it just a random?
Who do you think sent you the letters?
I think that it was a
Morgan.
mystery. I don't think anyone signed it.
Ooh, no.
Maybe that's part of what we have to figure out.
That is good. So nobody saw. You all received these letters. Maybe it was from a bird or a writer who was just paid anonymously to deliver the note. And the note just specified that your father had died, and that there was going to be a funeral in Saltmarsh in 2 weeks. Thank you. How about a dance for the follow? And all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for the podcast crew, we're doing dances. We got to
We'll
make
cut
sure
that out
we
later.
have to make sure we can't do too many visual gags. Okay. So
This is me doing a really good flossing dance. That one's audio only.
okay. Thank you, Troy. So these mysterious letters just showed up for you all.
Steric, what is he talking about? Well, you're not allowed to stay here. And second of all, Gus, why do you look like the backside of a blueberry?
Oh, that's why I love you, Morgan.
He's drunk on whatever medicine.
It feels so good.
Well, what was it? It's been 15 years now since you all left.
Wait, what do you mean we all left?
Well,
two
you guys left first.
That's not how I recall it.
Well, you weren't home when everything went down. I've been treated kind of differently ever since we were all little.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
No,
And,
really, tell us.
I am. And those elves always would be swinging into Mom's place, coming into our home, checking in on us, and I wanted to know why. Why were we treated differently? What was the problem? And nobody could ever give me an answer. So one day, when they were all around the house, and I approached a group of them, and I just was so angry. Nobody for 15 years at that point had given us. Nobody could look me in the eye and tell me why we were treated the way we were. I don't really know what happened after that. I kind of blacked out, and when I woke up, everybody was staring at me in the vicinity, just in shock of whatever had just happened. After that, I was exiled from the city and told I was never allowed back in Saltmarsh for whatever. I'm not even sure what happened to be able to give you all a straight answer as to why I left.
Wow, I had no idea. I was just trying to support the family and thought that you just left. I didn't know you were forced out. That's crazy.
I thought you left as well. I apologize for all the things that I said about you behind your back.
Oh, I'd expect nothing less from you, Morgan.
Now, Gus, why are you blue?
Yeah, what's going on here?
It's the wildest thing, I'll tell you. I was out. I'll just leave it at that. No, I'll tell you. So, you all kind of know a little bit of my backstory, right? You know, I tried to support the family, bring in funds for you all and Mom, and trying to keep up the house and everything, and went to the street and tried to become a performer.
What kind of performer?
Well, you know, I dabbled. I had a bagpipe. Wait, where'd this voice come from randomly? Is like someone listening in and
That's
just
God.
That's no, that's Eleander. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I won't listen in anymore.
Eleander, I used to play the bagpipes, you see.
We know.
Gus Morgan was a pillow dancer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that'll get cut. All right. All right.
So I was doing my bagpiping, you know, and one fateful day it was stolen. I guess someone just didn't like what they had heard. So
Certainly wasn't me.
we'll see. I'm suspicious. But I tried to earn some other money being a jester. Went from town to town, did that sort of thing. And then I was having a conversation with this old man, and all of a sudden I got this letter saying I should come over here because my father had died. And having never met my father before, I figured, hey, I might as well drop in and see if maybe I could at least see what he looked like, see his face. So on the way here, it was storming, very crazy. Yeah, it just all happened so fast. I was struck by lightning. I laid in a puddle, just screaming in agony. As this, this is not funny, Eleander. I almost died. And next thing I know, I had passed out, and I woke up here in this bed. Fortunately, it's in the city of Saltmarsh, so I'll probably still be able to make the funeral, but that's what happened.
So what you're saying is Steric has some sort of mysterious power that got him kicked out of Saltmarsh. Gus can take a full brunt of God's power straight to the face and come away blue. And here I am sitting on nothing. The elves didn't ask about me. They didn't care.
Morgan, count yourself lucky that you don't suffer a fate like your two brothers.
Yeah, we'll see about that, all right?
Yeah, so one of the things you all kind of remember your childhood a little bit as you're kind of reminiscing. And yeah, sure enough, your mother kind of brought you to Saltmarsh, and then the elves from Silverstand, just outside of Saltmarsh, they would just show up at your house to almost like check up on the three of you, just all the time as you were growing up. It was very weird. The people of Saltmarsh thought it was weird. Your all situation was just strange, and you all are remembering this. You haven't seen the elves in years either. And as you're kind of, Gus, you're starting to feel a little bit better.
Take a few more sips.
Take a few more sips of the brandleberry juice.
What color is it?
It's like a purplish. You know what? It's teal.
What'd you say?
It's teal.
I was hoping you would say purple. I would call it my purple drink.
That's getting cut.
No, so you all, there's a knock at the door. Just Eleander. You all finished up.
Sure, I reckon we are, Ellie.
Well, the Hannah's requesting that I keep several guards here tonight. So.
Sure, whatever, as long as they're not going to be holding our hand while we're trying to sleep.
No, you'll be... He kind of opens the door. Look, Steric, you'll be fine, okay? Look, he's going to hand you almost like hand you this piece of paper. And he goes over to the candle, and he's going to stamp it. He's like, look, all right, here's my seal. It's on the reprieve. She can't do anything. Okay?
Cool, so you're saying at least until tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning is the funeral. You'll meet at the city graveyard. Crag has everything already set up, ready to go. All right? We will do whatever formalities we need. You all can collect the belongings over at City Hall. And look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. You'll need to leave.
Yeah, I got it.
So, anyway, we're going to retire for the evening. Just stay here.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And he's going to leave.
Hey, Eleander.
Steric.
Thank you for at least getting me back into the city.
You're welcome. I owe your brother Morgan.
Which one?
Morgan. I owe him a lot. But Morgan.
Yeah.
After this, we're even.
Well, until you need something else.
He's going to shut the door behind him. Okay. that was, if you guys don't want to have any further conversations, then we will call it for the night.
All right.
And I'll
Good
have
episode. Good
No, no, no.
everybody. Make sure you follow us.
No,
at
no, no,
RPG
and not
Academy.
that. You all will go to your individual rooms. And,
I'm here.
I'll have additional conversation.
okay, what do you want to ask, Derek?
I want to ask, what have you all been doing for the last 15 or so years?
Well, I have been dealing with upstanding businessmen.
Interesting. So you've gotten yourself into business?
Yes, yes. I am in the business of supply and demand, as it were.
So, like operations,
Well,
supply chain, that type of thing.
sort of like a delivery service, as it were.
Oh, so like a trading.
Distribution.
Yeah, sure. Only the most
Like
scrupulous type, though. Nothing too dire.
What kind of industry? What kind of products are you distributing?
All kinds. Whatever my clientele needs, that's what I'm there for.
Yeah, I've been doing, I guess, something similar for the last year at least, passing time.
Oh. Interesting.
Just working on a trading ship.
Yeah.
Trying to find work where I can.
Perhaps we should go into business together. Morgan, and Morgan. It's a family tradition.
I mean,
If you guys are listening to audio
probably
only,
couldn't be here.
if you guys are listening to audio only, you can't see Tom's face right now, and I feel very sorry that you can't because it's cringing like in on itself.
It's
Like a
imploding.
black
It's
hole.
imploding. So as you all continue to talk, I need you guys to go ahead and make a insight check, as there is just a massive crack of lightning and thunder.
18.
12.
9.
I know all about lightning.
Well, because you kind of connect that when that lightning strikes, Gus, you almost feel an energy that courses through your veins.
So
And
strangely powerful.
and Jake, Morgan, he kind of sees you. When you look at Gus and Steric, both of them, when that thunder cracks, it's almost as if they glow a little bit. And that's where we're going to end this scene.
All right, follow at RPG Academy on Twitter.
You already made that joke one time, Troy. So that'll get cut. All right.
Good
So
jokes come in threes.
okay, the Morgan and Steric, where are you all going to stay for the night?
Are we in a tavern that we're not allowed to leave?
That's what he said, the slapping line. But you're still going to have to pay, as Hannah kind of is walking down the halls, just kind of checking on some stuff. And she's...
Hannah, Mio Gal?
So you know Hannah from back in the day. Both of you do. You ran in the same kind of circles as kids.
Hannah.
Morgan and Steric,
Yeah.
you'll need to pay for your room.
Okay.
I mean, what happened to, friendships from years past?
Friendship, you presume too much.
Well, I suppose so. I guess nothing back then meant anything.
Did not. All that matters
All
is
right, all
today.
right.
Look,
How about this, old gal? You still throwing the darts?
she rolls her eyes. Occasionally, yes.
All right. Me and you, let's throw some darts, right? Whoever does better, which will be me, of course, you give me and my brother free room and board for tonight.
Okay, I will do that. And here's the thing: if I win, you all pay for your room and board. and you sleep in the stable.
Done.
Okay, Gus, what's up? Do you
Now, Jake, did you say throw some darts or throw some dice? Just for my
Darts. Because
Darts.
I'm a fighter with archery skill. So I'm thinking
Ah.
that's gonna come into play.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Gus, you can kind of, Obad left you a crutch, and you can kind of come out as well.
Oh, can we start calling him Crutchy?
Crutchy.
Crutchy.
Check out your local theater, everyone.
So she kind of goes out into the tavern. There's pretty much everybody's kind of cleared out for the night. It is really dark. I mean, really, really late outside. It's past midnight. She's gonna almost like she slides open this cabinet, and behind there is this dartboard. It's almost like looks like it's almost like stuffed with hay. Think more like an archery board. She's gonna pull out some darts. She's gonna hand 3 to you, Morgan. It's just 3, it's just whoever gets the most darts closest to the center. We're gonna keep this simple and quick.
All right. Ladies first.
Then Morgan, I suggest you go.
Oh.
Please.
Okay, fine. I will go. And so what she is going to go ahead and do, she's going to basically roll a sleight of hand, okay?
Okay.
An 8 for her first one. Morgan, you have advantage because of your archery.
So I'm also rolling sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay. You get closer on that first one. She's like, it's best 2 out of 3. She's gonna throw her next dart. It's been a while. It's late.
Very well. Throw my second one.
Oh, bullseye.
It bullseyes and it knocks one of hers off.
Oh.
You hit it. It hits so hard. There's just a thud, and hers just kind of fall out. But your other one stays in. She throws the other dart on the ground. Fine. Room and board is, it's on the house. You can thank the slapping line.
As she, I assume, huffs away, I'm going to turn my back to the board and throw it over my shoulder. And I'll just roll normal instead of...
You're going to have disadvantage.
Okay, I'll roll with disadvantage. 10. So I still hit the board.
You hit the board, yes.
Nice.
Well, Steric, looks like we've got ourselves some room and board.
That sounds good to me. At least
She's gonna
make the best of this situation.
She's going to come over with 2 keys. Here's your room. Breakfast is at 6 a.m.
Very well. And Hannah, do you need a copy of mine?
Copy of your what?
I wink at her.
He means his room key.
You haven't changed a single bit, Morgan. Your mother would be ashamed of you.
Hey, don't bring my poor mother into this.
Steric, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Well, I already hit on you, didn't I?
She's going to walk out and slam the door. Okay.
Well, I guess 15 years ago it really didn't mean anything to her.
No. All right.
That was to Morgan.
We fast forward
I
to...
think I don't know. I feel like the 3 of us would probably just drink the night away, most of it. Like doing that classic,
yes.
Maybe not getting too deep into the our backstories and our pain and all that. I feel like it would be more just like us reminiscing about childhood stuff and pushing old ladies into the brook and whatever, stupid stuff we did as kids.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
One
all.
thing. Ooh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna. No, go ahead, Derek.
I'll say one thing that I do want to say before we close out the night while we're drinking is just it's so weird to me. Just like this is a lot of ale. What was this, like 8 glasses in the last 2 hours? This is crazy. We got a letter from our father, or about our father.
Yeah,
I don't think
That's
we ever
true.
met him.
I didn't meet him.
What's I mean, I'm just confused as to what stuff.
Well, I'm just hoping we get
Saltmarsh
some,
for us.
get a fat purse. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I just want to see his face.
I just want to see his money.
I'd be curious to know just what he looks like.
You trying to find somebody to blame for that mug of yours?
Hey, I don't know that you have much to say for yourself
Okay.
there, buddy.
This is going to be a super important role that is going to define the rest of the campaign. Okay. I need everybody to go.
Roll for beauty.
This is it. We are rolling for beauty. Everybody just roll a straight. So we know Steric is the oldest. All right. Morgan is the middlest. And then Gus is the babyest. Okay.
Now, do I get some extra cute points because I was the babyest?
No.
Well, you're blue and charred
You're
now,
blue
so
and-
anything you got
You're
disadvantage.
blue.
What
No.
about me for my piercing blue eyes?
Okay. Yes. That is a good
all right.
point, Steric.
points.
Steric is going to get advantage.
I'll take it.
Morgan, you're going to roll just normal, and then Gus, you're rolling with disadvantage because you look like charcoal right now.
I want to use my inspiration now.
Oh, okay,
Because I got a lot of personality.
okay, yeah, and personality counts, All right, so
does.
you all go ahead and roll.
What are we rolling?
What are we rolling?
All right,
11.
11.
Am I just rolling a
D20?
D20? That's it?
Yeah, it's a beauty check. This isn't in D&D.
Oh,
Oh man,
All
you
right.
ugly. Oh,
I'm
Alex.
in a 12.
Well, no, oh yeah, 10 to 12. So yeah,
The 12.
the 12. I was like, that's not how advantage works. No. So Alex is going to be the
Marginally the prettier one.
marginally the prettier one, followed by
He's like a 6, and I'm a 5. And then Jake just like he
You
got
all- none of you-
hit by a truck.
none of you all are.
I think technically we should have just rolled a D10, and then we could have said we're a blank out of 10.
Ah, we should have done that.
No, we're not gonna do that.
GM, you're fired.
Okay, we'll just divide by 2. So Jake, you're a 2. All right,
I'm
so
a 2 out of 10.
all right, so
This is garbage.
We round up though, don't we?
Lizzie says that in the chat that you are the classic middle child. Okay, so
Oh
no, so it's
man.
Gus has that that rugged kind of scarred good looks. It's
That's right.
but you may heal, so this may shift as the campaign goes. Who
But
knows?
see, my scars have a story behind them. That's the
this
thing
is
about
true.
a scar.
But
You
we'll-
can't just have an ugly scar.
But what we did establish is that Steric is definitely
The best looking brother.
The best looking brother. All
My
right.
charisma.
Well, best looking. He's a 6 out of 10. You're a 5 out of 10, and I'm a 2 out of 10. How do I raise that?
We'll determine. We'll figure that out.
Last
I think Steric and I look exactly alike, but he's got the lips of an angel.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Look at that. Oh my god.
okay. So we are going to go ahead and it's the morning. Okay. You also just to kind of if you're looking at roll 20, this right here, this building.
Hey, just so you know, you did not put us in the correct scene. We just still see Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Oh, you
Is
all.
here.
I apologize. This is. Hey, there you go. How's,
There we go.
how's that?
Oh wow!
How's
Hey,
that? You all are right here.
Where?
Why is
Where?
that not working? Okay, right here.
Oh,
I see.
That
Right.
building is the slapping line. Okay?
Right,
Got it.
right here.
Yes.
The orange one.
Right up here is the graveyard.
Oh, that's real far up there.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's it's just a little short hike through the town. Everybody's gonna be able to see you.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So it's the morning. You all need to roll Constitution checks for me after a night of revelry.
Just a straight Constitution
Just
check.
Constitution save.
Save.
I feel better than ever.
Oh, 23.
I feel real bad.
Yeah. Steric, after you've kind of
Makes
know
sense.
that you kind of exile, you kind of lived off the land, you spent time at sea. You don't have the strongest intolerance for the drink.
It's true.
Our vagabond Gus and our criminal Morgan,
Hey, I did my time.
you did your time. That's right. So you are going to Steric until you're going to suffer the first level of exhaustion.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Until
Can Morgan and I help carry him there so he's not as exhausted?
yeah, but he'll suffer the penalties of exhaustion until we do something to kind of get rid of those.
Give him some of your berry juice.
Yeah, I have a little bit of that left over. Can I give him a little sippy out of the sippy cup?
We'll see. It may not do anything just yet.
Find
Steric
out.
is gonna have to.
Wow, you give us a tool and then don't let us use it.
Steric's gonna have to deal with the consequences of his actions for a little bit.
Hey, Stare, I'll give you some of this when we get there.
Okay, so you all head to what do you all want to do in the morning? Do you head straight to the graveyard?
I figure we'll probably stop at McDonald's, get some breakfast on the way.
Yeah,
Oh, sounds great.
they only have fish sandwiches here in Saltmarsh.
Oh,
Delicious.
Also, what's really interesting too, this perpetual storm that has kind of plagued the region now for about a week stopped. All right, as you kind of exit, the humidity of the southern salt marshes on the southern coast. There's a lot of tropical plants all around you, and it is absolutely super humid already in the morning. It is going to be it's going to be a hot day. So but it's still a little bit hazy out, but the sun is starting to break through. You all stop for some breakfast?
yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
I'm gonna soak this up.
an old man who's selling apples. We have apples and cheese. Apples and cheese.
Ah, cheese, please, monsieur.
That'll be 2 coppers.
Can I owe you?
No.
Do you know who I am?
No. There's many people. As he kind of looks around, there's a lot of people.
I'm just gonna take it and walk away.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, get back here, sir. Hey, you two. Do you know
I
him?
go,
Oh.
yeah, I know.
Well,
I just go up to the
Holding my
man.
head. I'm definitely hungover. Just
I go up to him and I go, "Sir, sorry about that. That's my estranged brother, up to his old ways. I'd like to make this up to you though." And I put 1 gold piece on the cart. I say, "How many apples and cheese could I buy, including what he just stole, with this 1 gold piece?"
Okay, we do like a little smash cut, and now we see like you guys walking down the street, and then Gus has 1 giant bag of apples and then a huge cheese wheel.
He's Skyriming it up. He's just gonna pause the fight and eat it all real quick.
Hold on, I need 1 HP.
Okay. So you all are going to be, you know what, Steric, let's just say that this greasy cheese and sweet apples, you don't need to suffer your level of exhaustion. You're starting to feel
I feel so much better after that greasy cheese and that apple crisp.
Yeah, the apples.
That'll fix what ails you.
That was. Oh, I'm glad I know this trick now.
Did someone say ale?
You all head to the graveyard. The graveyard.
So, are we getting looks on the way there?
You are. I want you to roll a perception check, Steric.
Oh my gosh. Just roll 20. What are you doing to me?
All right. What did you roll?
Natural 1.
A natural 1. Looks like Torchbearer Gaming. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. You all, you don't really notice too much, but your brothers, they're on either side of you because they noticed that you were getting most of the looks. So they've kind of just stepped in a little bit. Looks like my connection to Roll20 has also been interrupted, so that's probably going to crash in a second. So,
it's because we're being raided.
But what's new? No. All right.
They're taking away our internet.
They're taking away our internet. No, Torchbearer, get out of here. No.
The good news is D&D used to be played before the internet.
Yeah. So no, we're all good. So you all show up to the graveyard where there's not many people there. You do see Eleander. He's there, kind of standing next to an older woman with gray hair, and she's wearing some weatherproof clothing, and she's got almost like a what would be considered some parchment that she has. She's just kind of taking some notes. She looks up at you, almost gives like a little shake of her head. There you also see this very studious looking half orc who's got a bunch of scrolls, and two young half orc girls kind of standing next to him. They're carrying shovels. Also, there is an older man. He appears to be wearing the burial garments of some sort of priest, and he's just kind of lifts up his hand to you. Eleander is going to ride his horse over, though, just just before you approach everyone.
Good morning, Ellie.
Good morning. You all seem in a good mood for a funeral.
Well, a bit of thieving in the morning does the heart good.
I purchased these.
Oh, okay.
And I throw him an apple.
He kind of just takes it and kind of, well, thank you, and puts it in his bag. You also see kind of the hole where they've kind of prepared, and then there's also almost like a cart with it definitely looks to be some sort of body on the cart with some sort of sheet over it. It's not even in a coffin. There's all sorts of there's unmarked graves everywhere, as just this is where they've just buried all the unknown sailors who've washed up on the coast here. You look, all right. We'll get this over with. I'm just warning you, the body is it's grotesque.
Well, it can't look any worse than Gus.
I didn't roll a 2.
Okay, well, you are looking a little bit better, Gus. Take care of yourself. Look, all right. Ida is up there as well. He kind of motions towards the old woman. She's going to make sure that you all leave. I only have so much power here, but since she is the head of the council, you all will have to abide by her wishes.
Oh, it's all right. Me and Ida go way back.
Well, things have changed in the last 15 years. So,
probably not.
Well, we shall see. As he kind of walks you all over to this gathering of people there, they kind of nod to you. Yes. Everybody kind of stands in kind of awkward silence, and this half-orc is like, well, I guess we, better get things going then. We don't have all day.
Can we have a look at him?
The priest kind of approaches you all. Actually, Steric, you recognize this priest. This priest is Welgar Brinehand. This is actually one of the priests that you kind of lived with and served with after your exile when you were sent to Abbey Isle. Steric?
No way. Well, what are you doing here?
It's your friend Welgar. Well, after everything that happened at the Abbey Isle, I came here to be the priest of Procan. I'm so sorry for your. I'm so sorry for your loss.
How did you? How can that be?
Oh, I know it's all when the pirates raided Abbey Isle.
Yeah.
I know they took you and the rest of the brothers. I was able to. One of the buildings that they burned, it fell on me. He kind of holds up. This is why they kind of call him Brine Hand. He kind of, his hand is all charred still. He looks at Gus. It will get better. It will get better.
Better than that, I hope.
And he's going to. Anyway, they didn't notice me, and I came here and I told everybody. It's Eleander. He got there late, but they were eventually able to track you down.
Yeah, like 3 years later, but sure.
Hey, things move slow, but anyway, like I said, I'm here to issue last rites, and I'm so sorry. But do you three really want to look at the body?
Yes.
Yes.
This half orc kind of points these two younger half orc girls kind of their heads away from it. Just gives a nod. Welgar is going to lift the sheet back, and all that's there is a absolutely clean skeleton. The skeleton's bones are etched with all manner of runes.
Do we recognize any of the runes? Like, can we
make a history check?
Oh boy.
Oh, not me.
Yeah, none of you all. These are absolutely. The half orc sees you kind of looking at the runes, and he kind of comes over there he kind of takes his glasses down.
What is this?
He says,
This is a skeleton.
We don't know. Look.
I look just like him.
Look, I understand. The only reason that the body washed ashore. Welgar found it during his walks. He called me immediately. When we pulled the body off the beach, it's almost as if the flesh just kind of dissolved into water, and all that was left was this clean skeleton.
How do you know this was our father?
How could you possibly know?
Well, Ida kind of, hey, thanks for the follow. Man, I'm so bad at pronouncing.
That?
Yes, no. So we just got another follower. Woohoo!
Yay.
So anyway, the Ida kind of approaches you.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of takes her tricorn hat and just kind of takes it off, and because I recognized it.
You recognize the skeleton?
No, I recognized the body. They called me as well.
Why do they call you a swell?
Good one, brother.
No, they called... Welgar and Crag called me immediately. It was strange.
Strange.
Yes,
They
a
would call you
body that
immediately.
washed ashore and didn't have any tattoos of any of the pirate clans or sailors. It was absolutely clean, and thankfully, I recognize the body as your...
So, you knew our father?
Well, I knew him when he... Who could forget that night when you three showed up screaming infants in the night with your mother? That image is blazed in my head as he just left her there, standing,
Well,
and just
if that's the
rode
case,
off.
can you tell us which one of us resembles him the most?
You know, none of you all do.
Wow,
What?
that's hurtful.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
Was he an ugly man?
I didn't know him. I saw him for like a brief second.
Describe him to us.
How on earth could you have recognized a body of somebody that washed ashore after how long has it been? 30 years? Something like that? 33 years?
That's the strange thing. He hadn't aged a day. It was
That
as
doesn't
if
make sense.
I was a young girl once again seeing him.
I find that hard to believe. You being a young girl.
Morgan,
Yes.
Yes.
you... I swear I hate that name. It's... You will have until after this funeral, and then you will leave my town.
Yeah, of course.
We'll bury the body. We'll go
You
back
mean the skeleton?
the skeleton. I'm sorry.
What did you do with the fleshy bits?
Crag kind of steps in. Like I said, it kind of dissolved into water.
Did you collect the water?
No, it went into the ground.
Wow. Wasteful.
Tom, while they're talking, can I attempt to touch one of the bones?
You can.
Does anything special happen?
No.
Can I grab one of the smaller ones with
Yeah,
a
take
ring
like a
on it?
pinker. Yeah, take a pinky.
Okay. I want you to make a.
Take
I
a
want you.
pinker.
I want you to make a sleight of hand check.
8?
Okay, you're gonna take the bone, but everybody just kind of hears this like, and then it's just a snap.
Nice.
I'll allow it.
Everybody kind of looks over at you.
What? And then I take a bite of the apple. What?
Should we bury this body?
Yeah. Well, we didn't really have a lot of attachment to him, so we can just skip the pleasantries if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that this is all we get after.
Yeah, we were hoping a little bit more for answers, but apparently all we get is some crumpled up bones and somebody telling us we need to leave town. So, don't want to stay where we're not wanted.
Well, look.
We haven't seen him in 30 years. Why should this be any different?
Okay.
Par for the course at this point.
We still have
Another comment that affirms what I just said.
we still have to read the will, okay?
Fine.
At this point,
Fine.
also, another rider kind of comes over the hill. This rider is wearing very almost ashen-colored robes. They have a quiver of arrows and a bow on their back, and they're riding a white horse. It's an elf. They just kind
Does
of...
that look familiar?
It does. You all recognize this. This is Vorin Ravatoris. He's one of the elves who kind of... So Vorin is... You recognize him. He was one of the elves who would come check on you as children. Make sure that your mother was taken care of.
You've got to be joking.
He doesn't talk at all. He just kind of rides his horse up. There. Gives you all a nod. Ida says, "Great. There's elves here now." And
That's really racist of you to say that. This is a funeral. You have to be respectful.
Yeah. Our father was prone to elf friendship. So,
it's not that I don't.
please,
It's not
don't
that I
shun
don't
the elf.
like him. It's that trouble seems to follow where there's magic.
That's just your opinion. We'll get to it.
They're gonna start burying the body. After you,
Can I shovel a little bit as well? Like put some dirt on there also?
I want you to go ahead and make a Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Oh, I've got athletics.
Wit.
Woo, 18.
Okay. Even being hurt, yeah, you're able to help him. Just
I got a long rest, so I'm feeling great.
You know what? Ida kind of says as the deeds are kind of coming to a close. I'm kind of surprised you three of you showed up.
Why?
I think we were told there was something about his belongings or something
Yeah, we were summoned
that were
here
here.
By who?
by a letter.
Mysterious letter.
Yeah, it wasn't signed or anything. Do you know anything about it?
No, I don't. All right. Well, if you all are done here, you see Welgar the priest, he kind of gives the last blessings, and the deed is done.
Not done. We're not done. We
What
were
do you mean?
told that there was belongings here for us to collect.
There are belongings. When Welgar's going to say what he wants to show, he just had a simple satchel with him. I believe, Ida, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have those belongings down at City Hall? We do, like I've said already, several times, and you all three refuse to listen to me.
Well, we're not known for listening. We're known for other things.
Committing
True.
committing crimes. All right.
I'm not. I paid my time. Somebody else brings it up again, and I'm going to do another crime.
Hey. Morgan.
Who said that?
Eleander.
Yeah, Ellie.
Calm down. Ida, listen. Just because you're the head of town council doesn't give you the right to treat people with disrespect. Morgan here served in the Navy. Treat him with respect that he is due. All right? Fine. Now, if you will, be so kind, follow me back to City Council, the council hall, and we will read the will. All right, before do you all want to do anything while you're still up at the top of the hill?
So are there so you mentioned the elves came, right? And
Just the one, just Voren.
Are there any other mourners there?
No one. You just have Crag and his two daughters who are there to kind of do the burial. You have Welgar who's there to do last rites, and Eleander and Ida just there to make sure nothing goes wrong. And Voren showed up.
All right, I'm gonna stand in front of everyone and say, "Listen, I'm still trying to figure out who sent this letter. There's only a handful of you here that would have even known about this. Someone sent the letter to all three of us, and I think you're standing here. Make yourself known."
Roll an insight check.
Oh,
18.
you're very insightful.
You know, people say that about me.
You see, when you mention the letter, nobody kind of speaks up, but Voren looks a little shifty for an elf.
Is he still on his horse?
He is.
I go up to him and I go, "Boren, do you have something to say? Did you send this letter?"
No, but I may know who did.
Well,
Speak
the
up.
floor is yours.
Your father.
Little bit of problem with the sequence of events there, pal.
Go ahead, Morgan. You always were a very knowledgeable child.
Well, you see, father was dead. The letters came after his death, citing this specific date as his funeral. So, unless you're telling me this isn't my father and he's still alive, then I think that's probably not what happened.
He's going to. Morgan, I thought you would have learned by now. Because after all, there are ghosts in Saltmarsh. And that's where we're going to cut that scene because that's a really cool line to end that scene on. And Vorin is going to tell you to meet him outside of town if you wish to have more answers this evening.
So before we leave, like, I don't know, I feel like everybody's trickling out of the graveyard, or I'll wait until that happens. I want to go back to the grave, and I'm just going to make up like a sailor burial thing, like, and I'm just going to say that I have like a pocket of like sea salt, and like you just like throw it on the grave on the top to like consecrate the ground or whatever, but like it's like a sailor thing that I'm making canon now.
All right.
But like I don't let my brothers see that I do it, but I do it like as a sign of respect.
You will get inspiration for that.
Oh, nice.
Let's see here. Now, do you all head back to city council?
Yeah. I'm ready to get my payday.
Your payday.
Yeah.
Okay. Payday it is. So you all head to this it's a large brick building. Let's go ahead and which one? A large brick building right here. Okay. This building also just outside, it's definitely the largest in all of Saltmarsh. Lots of offices and clerical locations. And then outside also there is some gallows that just kind of hang there as well.
They hang there?
Yeah, they're there.
I get it.
Yes. So you all head over to the inside, and the clerk kind of motions you knows who you are, kind of motions you over to the door where you can go in. And inside, Ida's there by herself. She's got a brown satchel, and she's holding a document in her hand.
All right, Ida. We came down here. Let's get this over with. Let's get this figured out.
Are there chairs for us?
What's that?
Are there chairs for us to sit at?
Are there chairs?
Mm-hmm.
There are chairs if you choose to sit.
Okay. I would choose to sit. I would choose to like lounge back because I'm tired because I've been standing for a while. And I'm still fairly injured.
Okay. So you all, Ida kind of looks at you. Should I continue?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. And don't expect me to have any answers. I'm just reading this to you. All right. It starts, to whom it may concern, if you're reading this, then the unlikely event that I've been robbed and you found this letter in my personal effects, or the even more unlikely event that I have perished prematurely, has taken place, and this letter is acting as my last will and testament. If you have robbed me, I suggest you return my stolen property immediately, and you will be forgiven. If my belongings are not returned, and I am forced to retrieve them myself, then you shall suffer a fate that matches the inconvenience that you have put on me, and the danger you have placed on the southern regions of Keoland and the Azure Sea. Do not read any further. If I will now continue to read further because this last part is pertinent to the. Okay,
Pertinent.
Pertinent. There's Tom's first made-up word of the campaign. All right.
Pertinent.
Pertinent. All right, mark it down. Put it in the wiki. All right. If I am now dead, it's in quotation marks, then my work is incomplete. Summon my children immediately, as they will have to complete the work that I've started. At the present time, I am not sure how far I am in guaranteeing that certain events do not come to pass, and for this cloud, I offer my deepest apologies. I never intended for someone else to complete that task that I began, but even so, I have placed contingencies in place. My children are these contingencies, and they will know what must be done. So you all will have all the answers. So anyway, I continue. In order to assist you in the work that lies ahead of you, I have left you the following. And this is where the beginning of what is left to you. The homestead marked Joy in the southwestern portion of the city of Saltmarsh. A keelboat in the harbor. Speak to Giler Kackelstein about the boat. 1,500 gold pieces to be only used for expenses related to your work. My silver sextant, it will guide you. The tools necessary to complete the work. If by some chance you children have become selfish, aloof, or apathetic, and furthering the work set before you holds no interest, then I offer this. At the completion of the work, I will give answers you seek to the one I deem most worthy, the one that proves themselves that they are more than themselves, the one that proves they are worthy of the storm. If you have questions, speak to Zolek. Finally know that I will be watching you. After all, I said my line too early. After all, there truly are ghosts in Saltmarsh. And then it's just signed a disciple, as she kind of just holds that up for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did our father just give us chores?
Yeah. The first
I think
fatherly
so.
duties in 30 years.
It would appear so.
Secondly, did he say he got us a boat?
It would appear
Yeah.
so. Yes.
And a hall.
Let's go a step further than that. We have a house here.
Well,
Well-
no. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
That's what it said.
It does say that.
Homestead Mark Joy. We don't even know what that means.
Well, it's in Saltmarsh. Isn't there a place here titled Joy?
All right, look.
We have some knowledge of Saltmarsh, right?
You do.
Do we don't remember any sort of like building or structure or anything?
I want all three of you to make a history check.
11? Can I try
Gosh.
athletics instead?
Oh, Morgan. Housemark Joy. You remember in the southwestern portion of Saltmarsh, there was this little old home that was kind of known for having this, almost like this grinning face on the door. And it comes to your mind immediately.
Oh, do you guys remember that house that had the smiling face on it? Creepy one. We used to go and throw rocks in the windows.
Oh yeah, no, I do. Remember that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
That's
probably
ours
what
now?
it means.
That's the house?
Joy, right? I figured Joy, the guy smiling, right?
Makes sense.
I guess so.
Well, we should go there and see if there's some sort of.
You all are the funeral is over. She's gonna hand you the she hands you a silver sextant. She hands you a skeleton key, and she hands you the tube. She says this is what the letter was in. You know, you all technically we've asked you that you leave.
Where is the 1,500 gold pieces?
It was not on him.
It says here in the Will and Testament, 1,500 gold pieces to be used only for expenses related to the work.
Exactly. It does say that, but unfortunately there was no gold pieces on him. So,
Did you steal them?
are you accusing the town council leader of theft?
I'm just gonna turn. I'm gonna turn my back to her and face my brothers and say, "Shall I say yes?" I
Probably
turn
not.
back around. Oh, you said probably not.
But
Probably not. But if I catch wind that you're making extravagant purchases all of a sudden, we're gonna have a problem.
We will have a problem, especially because you said that if you would have catch wind that I was making purchases, I would assume that you've remained in Saltmarsh, which you cannot, because you all have been. It has been decided unanimously that by the council that you all must leave.
What about the house marked Joy? That's our homestead now. According to this will, we have every right to be there.
Yeah. So
This is a legal document, is it not?
It is.
And you read it to us. You have to help us make sure that this is enforced. Correct.
Yeah, I don't know that there's
That
much
means we
else
stay
to
in
say here.
Saltmarsh.
She kind of just puts her hands on her head and just kind of walks over to this large window that kind of overlooks the docks, and you can see all these fishing vessels and boats that are kind of in port right now, unloading. Fine. Legally, you all are homeowners in Saltmarsh.
it's true.
Legally,
Now listen,
legally, that means that 1,500 gold pieces, 20% of that belongs to Saltmarsh.
Well, you see, the problem there is you said that there were no gold pieces found in the body, so I guess
was
nothing
20%
goes to
of nothing?
Saltmarsh. I'm
Oh,
pretty
that's
sure it's
still nothing.
Oh,
Well, if it becomes known to me that three of you are making extravagant purchases, then
Well, as the will clearly states, that 1,500 gold is to be used only for expenses related to the work. So if we were making extravagant purchases, it would be due to money we earned outside of that 1,500 gold. Is that not what the document clearly
let's
states?
just make sure you pay your taxes. We'll be sending you the
well,
necessary.
taxes are not a part of the work, are they?
Well, I'm
Pretty
not
sure
going to. I'm
not.
not going to sit here and explain to you the civil duties that is required of all the citizens of Saltmarsh. So, if you will be so kind, leave my presence.
I
You have
didn't bring any
presents?
presents.
Oh,
Did you bring presents?
I didn't.
gods, get them out of my sight!
We're leaving.
Look, don't start any trouble.
There'll be no trouble here.
The day the Morgans start trouble is the day that the abyss freezes over.
All right, so you all step out, and she just kind of gets up out of her chair and just looks back out over the docks. She says, God save us all. The Morgans are back. As you all are leaving the council hall, I want you all to roll perception for me. Oh, hey, they're pointing out, Angel Squares pointed out in the chat that 20% seems like a lot for property tax, but then we also have
16.
somebody else who is Avrision 8 is saying that 20% is pretty low for property tax plus estate taxes. So I'm thinking that we may have to up that to around 32 or so, but I'll get back with you on those numbers. Thanks, chat. All right. So,
Well, based on what the head of the council clearly stated, 20% is canon now.
I'll
so.
retcon.
And also,
Listen, it's
I
locked
have
in. There's no voting.
Angel Squared and Unvari can adjust
Very
for inflation. Because this is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
we'll figure those timelines out later. Oh,
This
so
is not a democracy, is it, Tom? There's no voting in the chat.
okay, but Saltmarsh is a democracy, though.
Can we vote out this council member? When is the next election?
Potentially, it's
There's three of us here. I vote there's no property tax. Brothers, what do you think?
Voted.
Voted.
All right, 3-2. I mean, the eyes have it.
okay. I think my vote counts more. Okay,
Thinking
so
awful
anyway,
highly of this
Guys,
you all rolled your.
forget this whole like mystery thing. Who's running for city council?
thing. Well, I think as the most attractive of
the most
Morgans.
attractive.
You're gonna
I
need to
think
click.
dogs should vote.
You're gonna need to click 50 signatures, and I'm gonna make all these NPCs, and that we're gonna do a session where you go knock on all the doors and try to convince people.
a
No,
campaign.
so
Just
Excuse
some
me, sir.
babies.
You heard about issue 7?
So Gus, as you're kind of walking out, you see a notice board in the council kind of room, and you see that the next council meeting, there's some odd jobs that are on this board. What strikes your interest is that as new homeowners, you want to make sure that you're aware of what's going on in the city, and you see that the next council meeting is in about 5 days, where they're going to be discussing a whole host of items, including new fishing licenses that are going to be issued, the mine's quarterly report. Eleander is going to be asking for some more work, and then there's also going to be some sort of vote related to the Morgans.
So are we going to
That's
Parks and Rec this campaign? The last one, it was Sunny in Philadelphia. This one's Parks and Rec. we're gonna go to the council meetings, and we're just gonna ask really dumb questions.
I want to know why that sandwich didn't have mayonnaise on it.
No. Okay.
Hey,
What-
just so everybody knows, you pronounced the name that Jake butchered there.
I did.
I believe it's Avarishin.
There you go.
Avarishin.
That sounds
Hard
right.
to say for sure, but it's one or the other.
Well, we already know that I can barely talk normal words, so I just make a lot of stuff up. So what do you all do now as you're kind of the city of Saltmarsh is now kind of alive as it's early?
I want to take down that post about a vote about the Morgans. I just want to rip it off like I'm taking a job, but I don't want people knowing that there's going to be a vote about the Morgans.
Okay, you rip it off.
Yeah.
Do you do it very pronounced, or are you trying to do it sneakily?
I don't care. I mean, I got swagger, so I'll do it pronounced.
Okay, rip it off.
Like a light switch, there it's gone.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and roll a d4. All right, odds, you're going to attract some attention. Evens, you're going to attract attention, but in a good way.
Like a meet cute.
Yeah. A 3. Odd.
What was odd again?
Attracts attention, but in the bad way. There is a very thin, tall man in a very form-fitting black suit. As you see, he's got his coattails that go almost down to his shoes. He's wearing a very bright white tri-cornered hat as well. His very, very pale man and very stern-looking face. Is there a reason that you have vandalized this board? He stands probably about a foot taller than you.
Well, vandalism is a word I would not choose to use in such a situation as we find ourselves in. The real question is, who pays to have these notices put up on this board here?
The taxes paid.
And is it not true that I am a tax-paying citizen, brothers?
It's not true. We haven't paid any taxes yet, actually.
Thank you, brothers. As you can see, I'm a tax-paying citizen, and that is why I feel that I've been offended by what I see on this board, and I can change it because
This is a democracy.
Yes.
The people get a say.
Exactly. Thank you, Steric, for having my back. Gus.
Speak the truth.
Let's be so honest.
And your name is, sir?
Galen Primewater.
Well, Galen Primewater.
He's going to actually hand you a business card. It says on there, that it is Galen Primewater, City Councilor, owner of Prime Water Fishing and Trading Company. you three are very interesting. You know
Thank
what?
you.
I'm going to forget that I just saw you vandalize the town posting board and not charge you the 20 silver fine for that at all. And what I'm going to do is I would like to speak to you about potential business dealings. You all seem to be very astute, very
Capable.
sharp, capable. Exactly. So he tips his hat and kind of gives a bow. It was nice. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Just one
Jury's
question
still out.
before you go. What is this vote about?
Oh, the vote. The vote was going to be about how we were going to divvy up the property.
Well, we've already taken care of that. We're going to divvy it among the three of us.
Yes, you all.
And question: what are they doing with the 1,500 gold pieces?
Oh, those 1,500 gold pieces. Those were not recovered.
Worth a try, brothers. All right, you have a good day.
Good talk.
You as well.
All right.
Sure.
Boys, I think we
turn
need to
away
go
and
check out
walk
this
away.
property.
Walk back towards the property.
Yeah, let's go check out this property.
This property. Okay. The one thing that, let's see here. This property. All right. I'm going to point it out to you all. It's right down here. Kind of away from the rest of the city. You have to go.
Wait, can you ping it again? Oh, I see it. I just saw
Oh,
it.
wow.
A
It's
waterfront
A
property.
waterfront
An
property.
ocean view.
We have neighbors.
The you all have to cross this large bridge, and you kind of go through all of Saltmarsh. You finally get to the property. It looks extremely run down, and the windows and doors are actually boarded up.
Kind of regretting throwing all those rocks in.
Yes.
Well, stupid kids, right?
Yeah, Gus.
Yes. Okay.
I go up and I just start pulling boards off of the door.
You pull boards off the door. Make
Yep,
a make
so we can get
a
in.
make a athletics check for me.
Oh, you know I got athletics. Yeah, 7.
That's a crit fail.
crit fail. Sorry.
Troy.
That's a crit
So
fail.
You
so-
can touch a rusty nail and get what is it?
No,
Tetanus?
he actually pulls the board off, but he kind of, the force, he kind of loses his footing. So he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he just falls right down off the cliff and into the ocean, and he dies.
Wow.
Well, thanks everybody. It's been fun.
No.
See, good jokes come in threes, Tom.
So you are going to you're able to eventually get all the boards off, but you're going to be very winded. You're going to
Good
be,
jokes come in threes. Took me a second. Sorry.
it's okay.
If you guys didn't get that on the podcast, just make sure you go back and listen to the other 2 jokes that I made, and then it'll make sense.
Unless they're cut. You better not cut them.
I
Unless
won't cut
they're
them.
cut.
I'm just going to split it over 2 episodes to make it really, really hard. All right. So you're just going to be extremely tired, Gus.
Yeah. I mean, I was struck by lightning less than
You-
24 hours ago, so
You were.
I don't have that.
You all go into this room. It's literally just it's an open floor plan, It's what everybody
it's an open
everybody
concept. Nice.
everybody loves it.
With
It's
an island,
it's very minimal.
granite countertops.
It's minimalist, so there's like nothing in here. There is
There's rocks all over the floor, though,
yes, from where you
from where we threw them as children.
as children. Your father has left you this place as kind of like it's a learning experience to remember, like, hey, you probably shouldn't vandalize something because you never know when you may inherit it. So, so you all, there's just a desk in here and a chair and then a single bed.
Dibs. Dibs on the bed.
Oh,
I've got a bad back.
I was struck by lightning.
I was exiled for 15 years.
Hey, I was chained you in all for 3.
I was in slavery for 3.
All right.
I wore a jester's outfit for 15
you gotta
years.
think of what is the C version? Let's see. Net, seagull, cannon. That's rock, paper, scissors.
Hold on. This is going to be some really bad podcast audio, but I just realized what Troy's character looks like. The picture that he posted.
You finally found that, huh? That's a little Easter egg for you.
Yeah.
It's a little baby in a blue jester's outfit.
How cute.
Oh my god.
As a parent, man, who would ever put their kid in that? Obviously Gus's mom and dad, because you've had the same jester's costume your entire life, and you've just had to add on additional fabric to it as you have gotten older.
That's right. It's just a continuous, stream of patches all the way down.
It's real patchwork right there.
Yeah.
Yes. For those asking in the chat, yes, he is a jester. That's kind of like, you've been kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, Troy, but Gus is just kind of, you were an entertainer before. You've kind of just traveled around the region, telling jokes and whatnot.
Yeah, so originally I tried my hand at being a bard, and I had some bagpipes, but those were stolen because I was really bad at it. So I ended up getting myself a jester's outfit and was a town jester. I was also really bad at that too. So here I am.
That's it. That's actually one of the reasons that you were actually they don't want you in Saltmarsh, because it's really just, it's terrible performing. So they'd just rather not have it. They have higher standards here. They're trying to bring in new people. So New talent. Yeah. So anyway, you all are in this. What do you all want to do in this?
Well, Steric and I were going to play Seagull Net Cannon over who gets to sleep in the bed.
While they're doing that, I want to check out some of the drawers, see if there's any clues or anything in the house.
Oh, look at me. I'm Troy. I'm actually playing D&D.
Hey, it's the first time in a while, right? My previous character didn't do any of this stuff, so I'm having a lot of fun actually doing stuff.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. Chat has figured out the rules of Seagull, Cannon, Net. Seagull poops on Cannon. Cannon blasts through Net. Net ensnares Seagull. There we go.
Perfect.
Thank
you, chat.
Love it. Thanks for capping us in the chat.
Okay. All right. So you all have to.
Drow slavery going on in here?
They're showing D&D jokes in there too.
Yeah, there's so
the
much
chat
better.
is on fire tonight.
There's
guys.
so much better than you all. We were chat. I didn't tell you all this, but I actually said I made an open audition call in chat, and I was like, if anybody makes me laugh more than these guys do, then hey, you got a spot. All right. So Gus, you're kind of poking around, investigating. How are you doing this?
I'm doing it with my hands and my eyes.
Give me a little bit more. Paint me a visual image here. Are you just walking around with your hands?
Walking around with my hands? So I'm walking around with my legs.
It's another... It's part of your jester's routine. I want you to go ahead and roll acrobatics for me.
I was to see if I can walk with my legs.
No. Yeah. We're not gonna roll investigation. I should probably make you do. Yeah, you really are bad at this. This is another.
I can do investigation.
Okay.
Why do you have me do acrobatics? I'm not doing backflips across the room.
But you're walking with your hands. All right. So anyway,
I'm not.
I said you were, and I'm a dungeon master. I say it happens. It happens. No.
Shame on players for making jokes. Blah, blah, blah.
So
yeah, you can't do that with Tom because he likes to punish you with rolls for anything you say.
Can I paint a real picture?
You can.
So as the two older brothers, argue and bicker about who gets the bed. The younger brother rolls his eyes in a very dramatic gesture and walks towards the dresser next to the small single bed. He pulls open the drawer, looks inside, and sees a
1,500 gold pieces.
So cinematically, the camera is looking up from the drawer at Gus.
It's like
and it's
Pulp
like
Fiction.
that scene. I was gonna say that. It's like the scene from Pulp Fiction. As the drawer is being opened, a glow comes from the drawer up towards the face of Gus, and Gus just stares down. And meanwhile, the brothers notice that, Gus hasn't been saying anything for a while. Looks over and goes, "Gus, we happy?" And Gus turns around and goes, "Yeah, we happy." Scene.
All right, you can have inspiration.
Yeah. And then I walk away on my hands and fall because I rolled a nat 1.
So one thing that I should definitely point this out, you all don't necessarily know, like, if your father was living here or whatnot. He just left you this house.
So somehow he owned it.
He did. He owned this house. At least for right now. So Gus, you show them that you have found these 1,500 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Dibs.
I do.
What?
You can't call it dibs. I found it. I'm sharing it with you all.
It's in the will.
I know it's been 15 years, but you two know exactly how this works. All right. If we
can't
as
be trusted
brothers,
with the money.
if we can't say dibs on things, then how are we supposed to decide who gets what?
Well, we decide based on what the legal document says.
All right. We're supposed to be inheriting a ship later on today. Who's going to be the captain? Dibs.
Too late. I already said it.
Well, you got dibs on the ownership of the ship, but I got dibs on captain.
You got me there.
See how that works? I got you. Now, who's going to swab the poop deck?
We'll hire somebody with some of the 1,500 gold we just got.
So, Gus, you're the poop deck swabber.
That's all right. I can outsource that.
As you all are kind of discussing this, actually, there's actually going to be a rock that comes flying through the window.
Oh, I'm going to run outside so fast.
Outside is outside you see basically there's going to be 2 bandits. That's what I just told you what they actually are, but no, they are.
Those look like bandits.
They look like bandits. No, these are. They say, "We heard the Morgans were back in town."
So when I said I run outside so fast, I don't stop anywhere. I charge and I try and tackle one of them.
Guys, I just pulled our character sheets.
First it was Gonzo, and now it's Weird Baby.
We're gonna fix that, so don't you worry. We're still this is just session 1, folks.
Listen, this is a professional podcast. We know what we're doing when we make all these really weird pictures. This is part of our podcast and stream. If you were disturbed by the baby in a jester's costume, I'm sorry. But I thought it was funny, so I went with it.
Oh my gosh! All right. So anyway, these bandits are both standing outside. It's been a long time since we've seen a Morgan here. You all think you could just show back up? Oh, you tackle one. Okay.
Yeah. Like while he's doing his monologue, I'm just gonna run right at the one that's talking and just try and tackle him straight to the ground.
Okay. You need to make an athletics check.
19.
All right. A 19. Okay, and it is going to be Oh man, that's gonna. Okay, yeah, you tackle him to the ground. What do you do when you tackle him?
Do I know who this is?
Yes, his name is Chad.
Oh, kill him.
Not
Chad.
Chad.
It's
Chad
Chad.
coming over here to make fun of the Virgin Morgans, I see.
It's Chad and his best buddy, Brutus.
Chad and Brutus? What are you doing here vandalizing my house?
And you're
Our house.
Obviously, Gus, it is our house.
and you're kind of he's what? Get off of me, Morgan!
I will not.
You're going to Brutus. Take him out.
I step to Brutus and just stand in front of him and shake my head.
Just standing at the top of the steps.
You think you could get past me,
Baby.
baby? You baby Morgan?
Oh, he is Baby Morgan.
It's baby Morgan.
I'm not going anywhere. You're gonna have to step through me.
He says, I'll step right through you.
Yeah?
Oh yes, I will. All right,
Show me.
I will. I'm going to show you right now when I roll my initiative. All right, he's gonna roll his initiative.
We don't have our little initiative button at the bottom anymore.
Yeah, you have to remake it. It was
It was a little mac.
it was a macro.
It was a little macro. Let's see here. What we will do is you just click on your character, and then roll your initiative.
Well, that is a 22 for me.
I'll take.
I get a 10.
All right. Let's
If
see.
you open up,
Baby Morgan got a 13. And then finally, you guys did it differently. Well, I have all of the Alex rolled really high, so we'll go ahead and bump him up. All right. So Steric, you will be going first. All right. Angel Squared is now following because they realize that this is some high quality content right here. Thank you so much. You will be blessed. All right.
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay. So, Steric, what are you going to do?
I am going to move up to what was his name? Brutus.
Brutus.
And I'm
I
gonna
got right there.
come up behind. Or how tall is Gus?
Tall enough.
Gus, how tall are you?
I would say Gus is like 5'5".
Oh, so
Ish.
he's shorter than me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hop down once Brutus squares up to Gus, and I'm gonna just come up around the side real quick, pop out a dagger, and go to stab Brutus.
All right, roll your stabby stab.
All right, stabby stab.
We're flanking him too. Does that help?
No, this isn't 4th edition, you fool. All right, so
Dang.
all right, you are not going to hit.
Ah, he dodges it.
I imagine this is like childhood bullies
That's exactly
coming
what.
to like just pick on us.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like we just brandish freaking steel. we're, just, we're done.
Yeah,
Done with this.
they used to pick on you absolutely for being like a little bit different, and now, yeah, they're not gonna mess around anymore. So it is now going to go ahead and be, which I don't know why this didn't do this in any sort of order. It's going to be Gus. You're up.
But Gus, he's still got, a load of apples, right? He takes an apple, throws it high into the air so that Brutus looks upward, And while the apple's in the air, grabs his great axe off his back and takes a big old swing at him.
A big
And
old swing.
And that's a 14.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
That'll hit. That's great. Excellent news. So I roll d12 plus 4. And that'll be 12 damage.
12 damage. I gotta set it up to roll the damage for us, but that's all right. 12 damage. Okay, you kill him.
And then I would like to do a minor action and just turn really slowly toward, what was the other guy's name? Chad?
Yep.
I go, Chad, baby Morgan grew up. You should too.
Go ahead. I want you to also go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for me to see if you catch the apple.
Excellent.
As suggested in the chat. You catch it.
16. I catch it. Ooh, can I catch it with the top of my great axe?
Yes. Juices run down and mix with the blood of Brutus.
Nice.
Okay. It is now going to be... Well, Brutus is dead. So Morgan...
Brutus, you got anything to say? Hey, Brutus.
Morgan, you're up. You're kind of right. Chad is prone.
Oh man, so Jacob is saying we definitely can't let this guy live because Tom's going to use it against us. But
No.
Morgan is like, I can't kill this guy. Like literally, we just killed his brother for literally no reason other than a rock flying through the window. So I feel like
he stepped to me. He stepped to me, Jake.
I'm just gonna get off of him and like just step back in shock. Like if he takes attack of opportunity, that's fine. But like I feel like what just happened was not what I was planning on happening. And like I cannot believe what just went down.
Okay. Chad is also like, cannot believe what just happened either. Oh. You killed Brutus.
He stepped to me.
But you killed him. We're just, coming to josh around a little bit.
Coming to vandalize our house and try to pick fights with us. And
stand your ground laws here.
And that's right. And roll initiative. Listen, if someone stepped to you on your property and was fighting or attempting to fight with you and they rolled initiative on you, what would you do?
Yeah, Gus here felt threatened.
Yeah.
This is how he responds to threats.
I deal with it like an adult.
He's going to slowly start backing up, okay?
With cold steel in the face.
Brutus we weren't related. Hey, what's done is done,
Chad, why don't you just clean up this mess and let us get back to our business?
So, Chad's gonna. This is what Chad's gonna do. Chad's gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna clean up this mess," and Chad's gonna take off his boots. Brutus's boots, and start taking some of his like belongings and gold pouches and start stuffing it in the boots. All right. Well, you all want to help me roll him off the cliff?
Whoa,
Sure.
whoa. Why? You don't want to bury him? I thought he was your friend.
Well, we're more of acquaintances.
Oh,
come on, guys. We're losing daylight.
I'm going to go back in the house.
I'll help him.
I don't want any part of this. I'm going to go with Steric.
All right, so
They walk away and I go, well, Chaz, just you and I. Let's get this done.
it's just you roll him. He says, all right. He says, I see that things have changed for the Morgans. I apologize, sir, for what me and my dear friend. You hear like when he says it, you hear like
friend, but acquaintance, but my brother, but not my brother.
When he says that, you hear like a splash from his like. Well, I see that things have changed for the Morgans. You know what? We won't be seeing you around. It's all good.
Chad, actually, I've put my hand out to shake his hand. Yeah.
Oh no.
I know a lot just happened now.
He's broken.
He's just,
Never mind. I walk away.
hold on. Are you laughing like this? No, you are. You're Gus is laughing like this, and we're going to. This is where we're going to. This is where we're going to end tonight. Where Chad is just kind of standing out, and the sun is starting to set. He says, "May Pro can protect us. They truly are insane." All right, and we're going to end there.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Hey, I
know I just killed your friend. Put her there, pal.
What just happened?
I was gonna try to recruit him to help us with the quest, but then I thought, how ridiculous is this? Me just killed him. And with one swipe, I killed his friend.
Hey, you should join us. We need somebody to swap.
Guys, if you would have asked him to join the quest, you do realize now that I am legally obligated as the GM to make Chad a recurring NPC.
I know Chad's got to come back.
That's
you
how.
can bring a different friend all the time.
That's how these things work. This book, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, it's full of all these well fleshed out NPCs, super colorful, diverse, and we're gonna use Chad, you know,
Boblin the Goblin,
because Tom couldn't think of a name, and he's just like Chad. All right, so anyway, that's where.
Of course, we killed Brutus with an actual medieval name, but no, we left Chad alive.
We left Chad.
Okay, so this has been the RPG Academy presents Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Thank you so much for joining us. A few little housekeeping things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody who's done so tonight. Follow so you get those notifications. You know, we're always happy when you cap us in the chat. Guys, in our break, I finally figured out what capping in the chat is. Frenzied Furling, thank you so much for that follow or subscribed. Wow,
Next level.
Thank you, Jake.
What? I have it on Twitch Prime, and I just realized that my last one expired. So
yes, the whole campaign with the Morgans and Chads. All right, so but the other thing is, let's see here. Once we get 500 followers, we are slowly but surely marching that way. We're going to be giving away a copy of the Dungeons and Dragons Rules Cyclopedia. This is a massive book that we have a hard copy of, and we want to send this to somebody for free. And once we have 500, we're going to do a giveaway for all of our followers. So it's really cool. It's a really big book. We've already been over this. Even if you don't ever want to play first edition D&D, because I don't ever want to do that, but hey, it looks cool. It's a doorstop. You can meat mallet. There's a lot of things you could do with this. So, but anyway, we're going to leave it tonight. These videos will, obviously the VOD will go up for those who couldn't see the whole thing. We'll be posting this on YouTube, and then also be on the lookout for the audio only version where we're going to do some slick editing where Tom gets to cut out everything he doesn't like.
It's gonna be like a 5-minute episode.
Yeah, it will. No, it'll all.
Yes, and also check out our last campaign, the Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Don't forget
to watch it.
If you did, it was so good. Waterdeep Dragon Heist. People loved it.
And it's short. It's pretty short,
short.
For a campaign.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it. Don't forget, you can follow me at BezCarTom on Twitter. See what we're talking about over at the RPG Academy. Don't forget about Acadicon. Go to acadicon.com. Attend our convention. Convention in Dayton, Ohio, November 8th through the 10th. It's a lot of fun. It is a blast. We will see you there, and we will see you in.
It's gonna be great.
2 weeks when we do this again. All right. Or, oh, I completely forgot. 1, 2, 3. If you're having
Having
fun,
fun,
you're doing it right.
doing it right.
right.